What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Cosplay Chris. And today it's one of those videos where we're gonna get a little bit sad, a little bit sorry. It seems that Ben Affleck has officially wrapped as portraying Batman in the upcoming film The Flash, directed by Andy Muschietti. Now, it's been on and off for quite some time whether Affleck will reprise his role as the Dark Knight, and we obviously got the official word that he was appearing in The Flash with Ezra Miller alongside Michael Keaton reprising his role as Batman. There also were murmurs that this was going to be Affleck's final turn as Batman. It was going to wrap up his character and kind of put the nail in the coffin with that storyline and that timeline. And to be honest, I was very much in denial about that because I just refused to believe it. I always had it in my head that one day we will get that solo film starring Affleck as the Batman. But from a recent article that I'm going to read a little excerpt from for you guys, it just seems that he's wrapped up his final scenes and he was very happy with the way the character was wrapped up in The Flash. So the article I'm reading from comes from thedirect.com, and it's an excerpt taken from the Herald Sun where they interviewed Affleck, and he goes on to say, the veteran actor noted that working on the upcoming Flash DC film was really fun and really satisfying, whilst also being great and really interesting. I hope they maintain the integrity of what we did because I thought it was great and really interesting. Different, but not in a way that is incongruent with the character. Who knows? Maybe they'll decide that it doesn't work, but when I went and did it, it was really fun and really satisfying and encouraging, and I thought, wow, I think I've finally figured it out. Affleck reiterated though that this is his last time slipping into the cape and cowl, saying that the film will put a really nice finish on his experience as the character. Now, first and foremost, I am sad. I'm very sad that we, after The Flash, are no longer going to see Affleck's portrayal as Batman. I thought what he did in BVS, mind you, BVS the extended edition, he did an amazing job as Bruce Wayne and Batman. And essentially that was a show reel for what this character could do and where this character could go in his own solo film. Obviously there was a debacle that was 2017's Justice League, but obviously Zack Snyder came back, answered his critics, and came back with Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is by far one of my most favorite superhero films in terms of the DC realm and just superhero films in general. And the characterization of Batfleck was restored from the Justice League version, that monstrosity and that butchering we saw of Affleck's character. By the end, it wasn't even Batman. He was just a side character that was there for the memes. Now, before Matt Reeves' Batman even came along, this was originally going to be The Batman, starring Ben Affleck, directed by Ben Affleck, written by Ben Affleck, and produced by Ben Affleck. Then things happened, and obviously his other film, Live by Night, didn't do so well, and he got quite discouraged from making another film, and then obviously making the Batman film. He stepped down from the director role, still playing Batman, but then eventually it just all turned to shit, and we now have the Matt Reeves Batman starring Robert Pattinson that is due out in 2 months' time. And I just feel it's such a wasted opportunity, and it's forever going to be one of those things of what if and what could have been. I would have loved to have seen a solo Batfleck film with him going up against Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke, as well as Jared Leto coming back, answering his critics. Granted, he did that the tiniest bit with the cameo that him, Affleck, and Manganiello did at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League with the Nightmare timeline. It was a massive step up from his portrayal of Joker in 2016's Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer, and I just feel like given the right script, the right direction, and the right guidance, the three of them could have made magic on screen. Borrowing elements from the graphic novels, the Arkham games, and just bringing it all together to make a really dark, detective-driven Batman film starring Affleck. But unfortunately, it is just not meant to be. So this article came out a couple of days ago, and obviously Affleck has finally put the nail in the coffin. Again, I am very sad and just, you know my feelings on Affleck as Batman. He's my favorite Batman, not to take away from what Michael Keaton has done, Christian Bale, hell, even Val Kilmer. George Clooney's in a league of his own as Batman. Let's just put him in a league of his own. But honestly, if I were to wrap things up, I just hope that what he filmed in The Flash was cathartic for him and it was closure on his character as Batman, on his portrayal as Batman, his experience as Batman. Granted, it has been a very rocky experience for him, and my heart does go out to the guy. He's had a very rough trot the last couple of years from an acting standpoint and a personal standpoint. But at the end of the day, if he can walk away with his head held high saying, hey, yeah, it came full circle for me as Batman, even though it wasn't a full film dedicated to me, it wasn't a solo film that I always wanted to do. It's one of those things where if his character gets a nice wrap up, then I'm happy. And if it was cathartic for him and it was closure, then that's the best thing ever. So guys, I know this isn't an overly long video, but yeah, I saw this article drop and a few of my friends posted about it and I had to talk about it because I remember doing a video last year saying Affleck is back as Batman, he's keen, he's raring, he's Jones, and he's raring to go. And obviously it's one of those things where things happen, things change, but again, like I said, I'm just happy that he feels like he's wrapped things up nicely for The Flash, and I can't wait to see where his character goes and what his character does in The Flash and how he wraps things up. So guys, with that being said, drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on Affleck officially stepping down and bowing out as the Batman. I know that he's not everyone's cup of tea as the Dark Knight, and I totally get it. We all have our favorite Batman. But for now, it's always gonna be Batfleck for me. Guys, wherever you are in the world, please have yourselves an absolute cracker of a day. I hope you're well, hope you're happy, be merry, be silly, and until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.